Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Alicia and I'm going to show you how to wax your eyebrows. It is still kind of really hot and really gooey. This is just sugar wax. This is soft. My hair is crazy right now. Quarter, 1/4 cup of lemon juice and 1/4 cup of water. You're going to put that on your in a pot on your stove. Depending on how high your stove is, you should know I usually cook mine at like a medium high level, and I like to make the soft one because I just use, like, I cut up my husband's old cotton t-shirts and cut them into strips, and I use this to wax everything. Armpits, I do my own Brazilian wax, I do my eyebrows, I do my upper lip, and this is safe to use anywhere you want to. The hard one, when you do hard wax, it's just that you have to play with it with your fingers and make sure it gets like really kind of bendable because it's kind of hard, right? So when you cook this on your stove, you want to get it to this color for like a soft wax and a little bit of a darker color, not very much. So you want to boil it and cook it for 5 minutes to do soft and like no more than 6 minutes to get it hard. I again will do a video on how to make this. And then when you're done and you've put it in a container, do not stick it in the fridge. I stuck it in the fridge right after I made it, and I had to make like 3 batches the first time I tried to make this because it was just like ice. It was like, well, not ice obviously, but it was like hard and like I could smash it. That's not it. You want it to be like gooey and tacky, and again I'm still kind of waiting for it to cool down because you don't want to burn your face off. I would leave it, honestly, make it and then leave it in your cupboard. I put it in this like microwave safe container, and I have a lid for it, but it's upstairs, and you want to stick that in a cupboard. Yeah, I stick it in my cupboard. Just don't stick it in the fridge or freezer, and then wait till the next day. And when you go to heat it up, if you have to go somewhere like the bathroom, or I had to come all the way downstairs to do this video, so I had to put it on a little bit hotter, but only microwave it for like 5 or 10 seconds at a time and just check how it is, because again, you will burn yourself really badly, so you don't want to put it on hot. Even kind of just test it with your pinky and make sure that it's not going to burn you, because you don't want to end up with like 2nd or 3rd degree burns on your eyebrows. That's not fun and it doesn't feel good, so just don't do it. So once this gets to wherever you can use it, I used to use my pinky, like I just kind of dip my finger in and just kind of smear it where I want to, but, and I say but, it happens to me, I get like big patches in my eyebrow, and then if you wax that off and you have like a big part of your eyebrow missing and you don't. So with that being said, I'm going to use my son's little baby spoon. I'm just going to use the end of it to kind of dip it in and place it where I want to. The strips that I use are my husband's old cotton t-shirts. I cut them into strips. I literally have big strips right here that I use. You can use the bigger ones for your armpits. I use the smaller ones for my eyebrows. That's what I use. Literally like a DIY on how to wax your eyebrows, because seriously, a little bit of a story. We're going to have a little story time right now. Is when I was getting married, I obviously went to go get a Brazilian wax. And a number one thing to do too, if you are going to do a Brazilian wax to yourself or wax anything of yourself, stretch your skin. No matter what, even if you're trying to do it down there, stretch your skin, because the more tighter your skin is, it doesn't hurt as much. This girl I went to, she didn't pull my skin at all down there. She literally would just put the wax on, put the strip on, and rip. I tell you, the bruises that I had down there on my wedding night, it was not cool. It was not cool. And that moment was like, it was done. I was like, that is it. I'm going to do this myself. I did have a girlfriend way back when, and she was going to school to be an esthetician, and I was going to school for hairdressing. No, I'm not a hairdresser. Didn't work out. It wasn't something I wanted to do. Make sure that this isn't too cold, or I'm going to have to heat it up. No, it's still kind of hot. A couple more minutes. Okay. So she was like the first one to really ever wax me because we were like best friends at the time. So again, like I've said in other videos, I have no limits or no boundaries. I don't care. If we're open, I'm open. We're all girls. We all have the same thing. It is what it is. So she would wax me, and she was the one who pulled my skin, and she was like, not only would she pull my skin, but she'd tell me to like pull the other side. So she'd be pulling and I'd be pulling, and it was great. It hurt, but it wasn't like excruciating. There was no bruising. There was no swollen redness. It was great. So with her doing it and then going to this girl who like traumatized me and beat me up, I was like, yeah, no more. I'm gonna do it myself. So one of my other girlfriends, her name is Terry. Hi Terry, if you're watching this, she was the one who gave me this recipe and showed me that you can make your own wax and do it yourself. So when it comes, I like to Brazilian hard wax, like I'll do a Brazilian, but I use the hard wax one to do that, and then everything else now I kind of do the soft sugar wax, just because I like using the strips just to make sure that I don't make a mess. That being said, now is that if you do get it in your eyebrows, it is just sugar and water basically. So if you do get it in your eyebrow hairs, literally just run to the bathroom, rinse it off with hot water that you can stand because you don't want it, again, to burn your face, none of that. Hot water that you can stand, and just keep rinsing it off and it'll come off. It's not stuck there. You won't have to wax it. You're not screwed, excuse my language. You can just rinse it off, come back in, dry your eyebrow off, start again. So with that being said, we're gonna just kind of get into it now. My rambles. I toned my eyes. I took some tissue paper or a cotton pad, whatever you have at home, any toner that you have at home, just kind of go over your eyebrows or anywhere that you want to wax, and make sure that that's all dry. You can take a popsicle stick, you can use a popsicle stick, you can use a spoon, whatever works. You can even use your pinky because that's what I use. Whatever you find works for you, you do that. I'm using just something a little bit tinier, so you're going to take that, you can take like a little scoop of it. See, it's actually a lot better to work with. So you're going to take it and you're going to put it there. See, that's a lot easier to work with. You can just kind of wrap it around. You're gonna get stuff. It is messy. Take a strip. And again, since we kind of put it this way and we're folding it this way, you're gonna rip it from this way up. I don't know if that makes sense, but that is what you do. So again, you're gonna hold your eye, you're gonna pull it a little bit. Close your eyes, make sure your eyes are closed, don't do this open. And you can count, go 1, 2, 3, and go rip. And it does the job. Honestly, I will probably never ever pay anybody to wax me ever again now that I know this. So take that off. Make sure that it's not in my bottom hairs, because hey, again, we don't want to be one of those people who like does something on camera and then all of a sudden you rip it and you're like, oh, there goes my eyebrow. And you can pull down here, you can pull up there. 1, 2, 3. My eyebrow! You can press if you find that it hurts. But I honestly don't really find this as painful. And I'm sorry if I'm sniffling. Once I made that video and said that, you know, I wasn't going to post as frequently, my kids were sick. I got sick, like a double whammy. Flu, and now I've got a cold. So, I just kind of want to place it, and you can kind of pull your skin too a little bit, just to make sure you get those unwanted hairs. Grab. if there's any hairs that you didn't get, you can just go in with the tweezers and fix that. And we obviously are going to do the middle. I look so silly. Yes, this is such a great look. Okay, so now that you are pushing it like up, you're going to take from the bottom and rip. It really doesn't hurt. And then you don't want to keep these, don't wash them because they'll wreck up your washing machine. Just throw them out. I'm sure you can even go get cheap cotton at Walmart. I'm going to have to heat this up again. It's cooling really fast. Garbage. And for the amount of strips that you can get by cutting up a t-shirt, you can probably, I'm sure, go to Sally's too, or even order off Amazon like eyebrow strips, but I find this easier for me. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to do the other eye. I think I'm going to start with the top this time. And again, you don't have to be like me and go in big sections. Oh, I almost got it in my hair. And then do the bottom. I'll probably do little sections in the bottom. You can start off with just like a little bit. Make sure that your eye is closed. Pull tight on your eyebrow. All these like little wax hairs. I think a popsicle stick would be better, to be honest. But gonna end up waxing off my eyelashes. And that is it. And then if you have anything that you don't like, you can just kind of go in with your tweezers. So that is how I wax my eyebrows. It is pretty easy. It's pretty simple, homemade. You can't go wrong. Again, if you guys get it in your eyebrow hairs, just rinse it off. Try again. Even if you think you're like, oh no, too close, just go rinse it off. Come back, try again. 10 seconds. Check your pinky, make sure it doesn't burn you. And if you find that your eyebrows are all red, then use aloe vera that helps cool them down, or a nice like cooling toner, that works as well. These won't stay red for very long. I'm very lucky that way. I can usually put makeup on like 3 or 4 hours later and you wouldn't know. Not even. Maybe like an hour later and you wouldn't even know. So if you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that little bell beside it so that you get notifications. There are some new videos coming up and there are new awesome videos coming up and you don't want to miss out. And I think that is it. I hope you guys have a great day, night, lunchtime, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.